We
Power up the console lights. Press start, we're in for a ride. Ghosts in the shadows glide. Gamers unite side by side. Wield the force, let it flow. Fight the battles, feel the glow. Virtual world, watch it grow. In this realm, we're the show. XBL, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Action, BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game, we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. KY bomb creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XBM, the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Ash and BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. Clone the cows, Fabio leads. In this game, we plant the seeds. No need for speed or deeds. Virtual life, all it needs. Hey, wipe off creating waves. In this world that we crave. From first light to the grave. Save the realm, we all save. XP and the gaming high. Ready player, come alive. Ash and BMG, they dive. We play game, we thrive. We thrive. We thrive. We play game, we thrive.
Hello to everybody that is watching. Welcome to another episode of the XBL Podcast. My name is Fabio. I am sadly for the despair and sadness of every single one here. I'm going to be your host, and today I'm joined by Mr. BMG. We got Mr. KY Bob, the brother, cousin, or best friend of cousin it's himself, and we got Mrs. Nikki. Gentlemen and lady, how are you all doing?
Did you say Mrs. Sneaky?
I am going to say Mrs. Nikki. Can I say that? Am I allowed to that? Should I
Mrs.
call you
Nikki.
Pepsi Cola then?
Don't you dare, Fabian.
I mean, you can
I'm
choose
doing-
between Nicola, Pepsi Cola, or Mrs. Nikki. What would you prefer?
Oh,
Call me Nikki. What's with the missus? I'm not
I,
married.
I just want to be polite. Can I?
before we get started, I just want to
I'm
wanna
just
say-
kinda- Go on, Bob.
I wanted to say thank you to everybody in the community that reached out to me on Twitter because of the post that I posted last week about the missus, the wife, and I got a lot of well wishes and thank you all for the kind words in the comments and the DMs and the prayers that were sent. We're still in a holding pattern right now. We're waiting to hear more, but they're going to have to remove some intestine or remove part of her stomach. We do know that. We're just waiting to see how much is going to have to come out. And the doctor is very let's say he's hopeful. He says he's done this thing several hundred times or what, I don't know. But, they can tell you that until they're blue in the face. But when it's somebody you love and somebody close to you, you don't even hear that. You always focus on the bad things. Trying to stay positive. That's why I'm here. Let's do this. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Now,
great to have you on board.
that's out of the way. Real intros.
We got you, my man, and we are all hopeful, and we are certain that everything's going to be working. It's going to work out fine. I have no doubts about it. But other than that, let's go to intros. Mr. BMG, how are you doing? What have you been playing besides with your life? Because apparently you are dying.
I am. I'm very ill. I'm not well. I've got a bit of a chest infection. I'm coughing a lung up. And I'm absolutely sweltering. It's actually cold in this house, and I'm sweltering. So that's why Fabio's hosting this evening, because I can't talk loads.
If the show ends up being shit, blame BMG. Okay, he's the one that put me through this. Okay, so yeah.
No, you're going to bring the fire. You'll bring the energy for us both. But yeah, all I've been playing is because I played Black Ops 6, which dropped on Friday. Was it Thursday, Friday, 25th of October? It's really good. It's like really, really good. I enjoyed the beta. Enjoying the actual game. I started the campaign, but I didn't really start the campaign. I did the very first bit, the bit where you go into the what do you call it? The like mansion, like your home base. And I got obsessed with solving the there's like this big puzzle where you've got to like find your way into the basement, find these things, and I just like spent an hour doing that, and I did it, completed that bit. So I've got a fully upgraded home base, and I haven't even done the first mission yet. But other than that, jumped into a bit of zombies. Don't fully understand what I'm meant to be doing in that, but I just go with the flow. And a lot of multiplayer, which is really, really fun. I like the movement. The guns feel good. Really nice maps. There's new maps coming on Friday, which is cool. Nuketown, the OG maps dropping, so that should be fun. And I tried. Go, sorry, mate.
No, like wait. The game has an option for you to upgrade the house, fully upgrade the house without even gathering money or something like that.
Yeah, the way you do it is once you solve this puzzle, it gives you a code to this safe. You open this safe, and there's $1,000 in there, and that's enough to upgrade all your base. So
okay.
It takes time, and it gets a bit annoying and stressful. But I did it. So that was fun.
Screw it, I'm doing that as well.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just did the puzzle. Gets a bit annoying, but it's good. It's good. Other than that, I tried Phasmophobia. Started it. Literally walked into, did the tutorial to get used to it. It's a bit fickle-y, but I just need more time with it. Started, I thought, right, I'll just do solo. Came outside the house. I was like, looks a bit bad. Walked in the house. Someone went straight across and flew across the room and went, nah, I'm not playing this on my own, and I turned it off. I love horror films, gore, horror, everything. But the games, I can't play them. Can't play them on my own. Ask Ash. I scream when we're playing the Dark Pictures anthology and stuff. I just can't.
I was listening to that when you guys were playing. I do remember you guys playing that brand new Outlast game. I remember.
that was absolute terrifying. But I had this like. Have you seen the film like the Paranormal Activities? I think it might be I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one. They have all them little green dots everywhere. That thing set up. There's loads of green dots. So you've got a pen that like shines these lights, and then I just saw this like person just walk across the green. I was like, no, that's it. I'll wait for Ash. To hold my hand and play that with me, because there's no way I can play on my own. Right, gonna have to be able to next.
Okay, fair enough, BMG. So, Nikki, what have you been playing? How are you doing?
I've been playing COD, Black Ops 6. Got it as an early Christmas present, but I've only been able to play it for literally like 3 hours, 4 hours at night when the baby goes to bed. And a lot of my friends changed their region to New Zealand, so they were all on it a day early, and I'm almost certain 90% of the Call of Duty player base changed their thing to New Zealand to play the game early. So when I did eventually get on it at the end of the first day of it being out, everybody had all of their guns unlocked, half the camos unlocked, and I was just getting beaten up, something shocking. Like I'm so bad at the game. Well, I'm not bad at the game. It's just very hard for me to play the game because everybody has all maxed out weapons and, you know, all of their attachments unlocked and whatever, and I'm still on the default classes. So
no, but wait. So it is a problem for you to be dealing with people that are like more addicted than you? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I wouldn't exactly say they're more addicted than me. They just don't have kids or jobs. So, you know, they just sit and they're on the game 24/7.
And like I just want to point out, like, what's the thing with people in Call of Duty that I don't understand? Where it is like the game has just released. In the next 4 hours, the son of a bitch already got every single camo, every single upgrade, every single weapon. Like,
I don't
God,
have the time for it anymore. I
like,
used to be one of those people.
how
Like I would play
many
24
how
7.
many matches are you playing by per day at this point? Honestly, I like, okay, I'm glad that you are enjoying it, but like, goddamn, just give it a time, just a tiny little bit. Other than that, have you been playing something else?
I don't have the time, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I really don't have the time. I've only got a couple of hours to myself at the end of every day, and half the time I get food, take a shower, and go to bed to be up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm too tired most times. That's why I've barely been on COD, but not really been up to much. My baby's teething,
Okay,
and
I'm
he
starting
started
to
solid food.
I'm starting to
So
notice that this is more a like this is a confessionary apparently. Like, what have you been playing, my daughter? I haven't been playing shit. For the love of God, please, someone take care of my baby so I can have more time. Like,
and like he started solid foods, and he's teething. So like I'm having to cook for him, and then his poos are worse than mine. Like proper little man poos from such a
Really,
small baby.
really.
No,
Thanks
honestly,
for the
Really need to
details.
know
Like,
that.
we were all we
David.
were all like speculating how is her life taking care of a baby? Great.
It's not going great. I'm
Uh,
getting slobbered all over. I'm getting eaten. I'm getting scratched to death, and I'm getting punamis 24/7.
are we
I-
editing that part out, BMG, or are we just
Yeah,
going?
I'll change that. Yeah. It'll get us demonetized for talking about shit
So,
and
so,
sizing of shit.
Tsunamis.
so many
You asked how
goddamn-
I've been. That's how
But-
I've been. I've been drowning in shit and dribble. There you
I'm,
go.
prob- I'm probably better
Okay.
at COD than you then. At the moment.
No, because
mean-
I'm still good at the game. I just need attachments for my weapons and stuff. I would shit on you any day, David.
I mean, like, 12 minutes in, and this is going great so far. It's just amazing. Hey, White Bob, how are you doing, my man? And what have you been playing?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm rolling with the punches.
Yes.
Not been playing a whole lot. I'm happy that Jameis Winston played a better game than I think Sean Watson's ever played.
Okay, you're going with the Browns. That's the only like happiness you.
Oh no, I played some games. I played a little bit of Once Human.
Mm-hmm.
And great game, awesome game. I really would wish they'd have it on consoles so I could it's one of those party games where you can, while you're playing, you just chat with everybody else that's playing. I'm gonna get around to playing Phasmophobia. Haven't got around to it yet. I'm at the end, towards the end of Days Gone, and it's getting kind of drawn out, and I'm trying to stop myself from not doing all of the romantic missions between him and her. Oh shit, spoiler, he does find her. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to manage to not do all those, and yeah, it's we got 1 week to election day here in the United States, and so the media is they're crazy and they're a bunch of liars, and it's all kind of funny.
It's
And-
already next week. God damn. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, we're a week from election day. It's next Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. God damn. Okay.
Right?
I'm just like trying to imagine how chaotic it's going to be once the results are all in, honestly, with the situation there. But hopefully everything's going to come out just fine and people are going to behave themselves. They won't. I'm pretty sure of it. But one can always hope. Well, and
Right.
what have I been playing? Well, basically, I've been playing some COD Black Ops 6 as well. Played a little bit with BMG. Had my first few matches with BMG there. And like, I struggled at first like crazy because the movement is way faster than even MW3, in my opinion, especially with the brand new movement that they decided to add. But like, it feels good. It's just a matter of getting used to it. Guns feel fine. It looks beautiful as hell. I played the campaign so far, so good as well. I did the first mission after going into the safe house there. And other than that, I'm playing some Halo Infinite because I want to get the Halloween Battle Pass for the operation that is happening right now. And I've been playing. I went back to Starfield. I finished the Crimson Fleet campaign, and holy crap, what a how,
Yes.
what a well designed
Yes.
faction missions. Like, honestly, I really enjoy playing that because I want to like go and the next time I play Starfield, I want to go with the Shatter Space DLC, which I have because I got the premium edition of it, and I just want to. I was in the middle of the factions campaign. I didn't want it to just interrupt it, but yeah, all good so far. Before we go with the topics and start the show, let me just give a huge shout out to everyone that is watching us in chats here. Mr. Thimble, we got Muppet, we got Shadowmo as well. Thank you so much for being here with us and always keeping the chat alive for sure. And for the people that have not that are watching this right now, not commenting anything in chat, or they are going to be watching this in the future, do consider subscribing to the channel as well as do consider even becoming a member of it. It's only what 99p is that the currency that we put here? Yeah,
It is.
where you are going to be getting some exclusive content from our one and only Ash. And other than that, if you didn't know, the XPN Network YouTube channel also not only have a YouTube channel, but we got a website. In case you didn't know, we got a website with reviews. We got a website that is soon enough, I believe, we're going to be having a store as well, right? With
It's got the store. The store's up and
it's
running.
got the store already.
It's got,
Awesome.
yeah, but there's more coming to it. There is.
Yeah,
there is
there's
more
going to be more items being available to be sold there as well. Consider like just taking a look at it. And by the way, talking about the website itself, we are having some help. We got to the point where the website was all abandoned. Ash was the only one doing stuff there, and we just gave up. We decided to say, we can do this on our own. Let's just call it a professional to help us out here. So we call the the one and only Mr. Venom that is now going to be taking care of a ton of reviews. He's already been putting a couple of them. They are really good. Give it like check it out. Give your feedback to it. Like, we are always trying to improve ourselves in that department as well. And as well, besides that, we are of course planning on some really nice treats for you guys in terms of brand new content that we are for sure going to be sharing with you all in the future. But other than that, everyone, should we talk about the big elephants in the room, or should we go with the with the smaller stuff?
Yeah, well, you're the host, Fabio.
Well,
You're the captain of this ship. You steer us in whatever direction you want.
okay. Let's
Hold
go
on to your knickers, Martha. Here we go.
Oh Jesus! Well, let's go then with some simple stuff. Then let's talk about Call of Duty, which is like Game Pass did not kill sales in Call of Duty. Who could have guessed? Because apparently Call of Duty has been doing really well in the UK, of course, but like it did in terms of like physical sales, but like there was of course a 10% year-on-year drop sales because of Game Pass. But like there's no way this is something that, in my opinion at least, this is something that is going to be significant to Microsoft for them to say that so far, like saying that holy shit, Game Pass is killing, we are not getting as much money, let's just next year let's not put Call of Duty there at all. What do you guys think?
I think you're wrong on that.
Am I
because
wrong?
Black Ops 6 is the first Call of Duty to release in Game Pass day one.
I just want to add in quickly. You're all buzzed about the sales that the Game Pass have, thing-made with COD coming out. They're going to drop significantly next month, and I'll tell you why. PC players, remember before the stream mentioned, so those who don't know, who aren't sad COD gamers, before COD is officially released for your country, wherever you are, if you want to buy it or if you want to play it a day early, you can do that on console by changing the region on your console to New Zealand. So that means that you can play the game early, as New Zealand will get it early with them being however many hours ahead. PC players, you used to be able to do that when you got the game on Steam and Battle.net and stuff. And there was also a glitch before where if your friend was on console, he changed his region to New Zealand and then you joined him without changing your region, you could still play the game a day early. They patched all of that. So a lot of people, including my partner and a bunch of my friends who owned the game on Steam or Battle.net, purposefully went out of their way, bought 1 month of Game Pass because you could change your region on Game Pass to play the game a day early. So PC players, the only way for them to play the game a day early was via Game Pass. So a lot of people would have bought it, but then they're going to cancel it and not continue the subscription because they've got the game on another platform. So that is a big reason as well why that sales jumped right up, because it was the only way PC players could play the game early.
Oh yeah, but like the point that I'm trying to say is not necessarily that like this 10% decrease in physical sales that are happening are like something that is going to bother Microsoft at all, because you guys remember when like COD was being discussed if it was going to Game Pass day one or not, that everyone would say this is going to be the least sold Call of Duty ever. Nobody's going to buy it, or almost nobody's going to buy it because it's available on Game Pass, and Microsoft's going to regret doing it. Well, it just proves. I believe it just proves them wrong, honestly, with considering how well the game has been doing. And besides, like, we need to take into consideration the fact that who cares if you are getting the base game through the subscription? What makes and generates the most amount of money are all the microtransactions that people end up buying afterwards. So, I don't know. Honestly, I think that people are way too like fixated into sales all the time, which I just can't understand.
So I want to say that as of right now, Black Ops 6 has sold 29 million copies. That is nothing to do with Game Pass. Those are not people playing through the Game Pass service. That's 29 million copies. That is $2.029 billion that they're not going to have to give back. If you bought the game and you started it up, you're not getting a refund. So, mission accomplished. They just made $2 billion in the first 2 weeks of a game. So the sales go down a little bit. I mean, that's a lot of money.
Well, that's physical sales. It's physical sales that have dropped on the Xbox side, because obviously Game Pass is there. It's going to be more interesting to see what it does, because Microsoft are going to be looking at more what it does for Game Pass numbers. That's going to determine whether you're going to have COD, next year's COD or year after's COD, in the service. But the way they're doing it at the moment anyway, the only way you can play Black Ops 6 is if you have Game Pass Ultimate. You can't play it in the core, you can't play it in standard. You have to have the top end of Game Pass to play it.
Yes.
But on like the PlayStation side, it hasn't affected digital or physical sales. They are still steady compared to last year, year before. It's only obviously on the Xbox side that they've dropped, because majority of people are going to play Game Pass. Yeah, of course. But that's like what we want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if that wasn't something that they wanted, or at least like, okay, we are prepared for that situation, why would they put it on the subscription then?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, but that's what they want.
I think this just goes to show, like, so they're going to get their money. They're going to be successful with Game Pass, whether games come out in Game Pass or not. I mean, you look at a huge game like Black Ops 6, still sold 29 million copies, and it was in Game Pass 24 hours after everybody got to play it early.
Mm-hmm.
It still sold 29 million copies.
Another
So,
thing I was going to say, another thing you guys probably don't know about, because you don't really, you play the game casually. We'll say
Yes.
I'm friends with a lot of people who really try and like make content on YouTube and stuff. Quite a few of my friends own multiple copies of the game. So what they'll do is they'll buy their main account for themselves, and then they'll buy the game again for an Xbox, and then they'll buy the game again for their PlayStation. On their Xbox and their PlayStation, they'll make new accounts and make them be really bad at the game. Like, they'll go in and they will just blow themselves up over and over and just let the enemy team kill them over and over again. And then on their main account, they will make those accounts go into lobbies, and then their main account will join their session. So the lobbies that their main account gets are really low skilled players. It's called two boxing. It's what a lot of people do to get easy lobbies per se. So quite a few of my friends that I know have bought 3 or 4 copies just for themselves to cheat their way into easy lobbies, pretty much.
Why?
And that's what
why
skill-based
cheat?
matchmaking has done. Well, it's not cheating, but it's a way to get easy lobbies.
It is like exploiting the game. So
Yeah.
using the game's own mechanics. That's not like, don't hate the player, hate the game if the game allows that. Just kidding.
Exactly. Like, skill-based matchmaking has ruined the game for a lot of people because they can't be good at the game without then going into another game and just not having fun. It's like when BMJ and you guys were trying to play with me and I was doing really well. The next game we would play, you guys would get barely 5 kills because my skill was bringing up the enemy team. So it's pretty much a way to counter that.
And this is why we don't play with you anymore. You happy?
No. She won't play. She won't play with us because now she's got all the friends on the game. She doesn't need us, so she don't play with us.
Well, I had my friends on the last game. I just chose to play with you guys out of being nice.
I mean, like, she's going to just start playing with us the moment she hit like level 1187 or something like that. Just so she can screw over the matchmaking for us, and we get just fucked there.
Listen, I barely have any time to play. The very little time I do have to play, I'm having fun with my friends and not a bunch of middle-aged men screaming at their TVs in their living room. Sorry, but not sorry.
It's all right. We'll just, every time we see you come on and try and join us, we'll just leave. It's all right.
Well, again, that's why we don't play with you, and we are so glad for that. So
it's also you've got content dropping on Friday, which is the OG Nuketown map and a couple of bits, and then November 14th is when season 1 starts and the battle pass drops, and apparently there's going to be a hell of a lot of new maps, content, weapons, a lot
Warzone as well.
Yeah, it's all being added. There's a load of new stuff coming in the next couple of weeks.
Hell of a lot microtransactions as well, for like Shadowball in chat that said that the game right now doesn't have almost anything. Yes, I was actually quite surprised. Like, coming from Modern Warfare 3 to this one, honestly, it was quite a shock for me. But like, this is the live service that they are going to be providing as well, because for 1 or 2 brand new playable content for free that you are getting, you will be also getting 50 brand new items that you can just spend your goddamn money on it.
And that's something they have to drip feed the new content in, especially with the Game Pass method, because if they put everything that they've made for the game on the game, people will get bored of it easy. But if they've got loads of content that they can just add every so often, then it means people will keep paying for the subscription of Game Pass.
But like, I do understand that, unless if it is like you are taking away something that clearly was from the base game, just in order for you to say that this is a brand new content for the live service game. You take, for example, Halo Infinite, which got released with just a quick play playlist. It didn't have like just a basic team deathmatch, which is called Slayer for Halo playlist. It was like all mixed up. Like it was all like mixed up there.
You can do that on
So-
the COD, Fabio.
What?
You can choose what game you play on COD. So you know the way there's only quick play. You can edit it to where
Yes.
you can choose what. Yeah.
Yeah, but in Halo Infinite that was not the case. You could not change it when it got released. That's what I'm saying. So like they took away a feature that was like this is from the base game, but you are just trying to tell us that we are going to be adding a Slayer playlist as part of the goddamn live service. And that's the issue. Like if you are doing a live service, you need to add something that is beyond what the base game is supposed to be. That's what I'm trying to go with.
I think they're
Uh,
adding more games as well, like Prop Hunt and Gun Game. You know the party games that are from the old CODs.
mhm.
Yeah, One in the
I don't know
Chamber
what
and
they
stuff like that. You know, Infected. It's like Michael Myers, really, but with zombies. Just adding a lot more game modes as well as maps and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, but like for example, what are the basics of game modes for every FPS multiplayer versus game? Is like Slayer, capture the flag, domination, right? Team deathmatch, capture the flag, domination, and free for all. Let's put it like that. Some games they put like just a playlist, which is everything mixed up with a bunch of other modes that people don't want to play. And then in the future, after months, they decide to let's add a playlist only dedicated to this mode. You cannot filter that. Right now in Halo Infinite, of course, you can filter the games that you are going to be getting. Of course, that's great, but like it took a long time for us to get here. And like with COD, I'm glad that at least the game so far for what I've been playing, it feels complete in terms of like how it feels to play, the how much fun I'm having, the maps that we got, the campaign. Like I've been here, I haven't finished the campaign, of course, but what I've been playing is really good, and for what I've been hearing, people are really enjoying it.
Hold on. I forgot. I totally missed the opportunity. We're talking about Call of Duty. Hold on. It's Halloween. I gotta look the part. Let's get into Call of Duty mode. All right.
Is
Let's
that
do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Is that Call of Duty or is that Sam Fisher?
This is Call of Duty from Modern Warfare 2 Super Duper Collector's Edition.
Bloody hell.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Dun, 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 dun.
Continue to talk about like Call of Duty. Apparently, there's already leaks of the brand new
I
Call of
can't
Duty
see
that is
anything
going to
else.
be released. Like, there's going to be released in 2025, which, for what the leaks say, it is codenamed Saturn. It is a sequel to Black Ops 2. It is set in the future. I don't know why they will be going back to it after Advanced Warfare and what Infinite Warfare, and it has been in development for 22 months apparently. So like, what do you guys think? Is that probable that that is going to be the game? Does it make sense, or like no, they are just inventing shit at this point? The leakers, I mean. Bob, you're muted, by the way. Let me just point out that.
I think they're talking about. I think they're running out of things to talk about, and
Probably.
the things that they should be talking about, they don't want to talk about, which is the death of PlayStation. Just throwing it out there.
Oh my fucking lord! Can I just like? Can we just talk about what happened to
I'm just
PlayStation? Like
messing with
afterwards,
you.
are you supposed to like? Let's just.
I'm just messing with you.
God
you know, I
damn
like the
it.
kid. I like the kid.
You need to always bring some chaos into it. Fair enough. When BMG is not here, by the way, where the heck is the guy? Okay.
I don't know. I just checked my phone there to see if he messaged me. Like either his internet shit itself, or he's having a coughing fit, or
he died.
Wait,
He entered a
hold on.
coma. He had a
Yeah, no,
he's
back.
I was
We
still
were-
here.
look.
I just
We
took
were-
myself backstage for a minute because I was
we
literally.
were
I did put it in
also-
private chat. I did put it in private chat. I was coughing up a lung.
We were all so sure you were alive. I thought
Look,
you
it's
died a few minutes
BMG.
ago,
Don't.
but yeah.
You were gone. Nobody said anything about PlayStation. I promise. No, that didn't happen.
We will be talking about that soon enough.
We will.
Like for the son of Finbar that is watching us, and he hates when we talk about this sort of thing. We are going to be talking about PlayStation eventually. But yeah, like when it comes to the leaks that I just said here, does it make sense for COD to go back into future games, like into future settle games? I mean, sorry.
Yeah, it's because whose turn would it be next year? Because it's Treyarch this year, isn't it? It's Treyarch that's done this one. Who's it next year?
I don't know, Nikki.
Who
You
should
have
it
any
be?
idea?
Infinity Ward.
Infinity Ward, yeah.
So that
Infinity
would
Ward.
be modern or future, whichever one it is, isn't it? But they're going back to doing a
Hope
sequel.
it's not another jetpack COD because we've had too many of those.
No, it's only set from what I've read. When I've read the article, it's only actually set about 5 years after Black Ops 2. It's been in development 22 months now. Yeah, it's no surprise they're working on the next one. It's just the amount of time they're going to have when the next one releases to the one we've got, because the one we've got has been been
3
4
years.
years in development. 4,
Yes,
4 years in development.
Around that.
So this one's going to be, it's like going to be just under 3 years, and we've seen what we got when they did a game in 2 years. So I think it's a mistake. I think there's obviously something going on over there. They're not taking a year off, which was rumored. So it's no surprise it's going to be another Call of Duty next year, but I'm a bit surprised it's a sequel to another Black Ops game. So we're going to get another Black Ops next year instead of something from the other teams, because I thought we'd go back to something like futuristic somewhere down that line, because I like that. Was it called Infinite Warfare? Was that the one?
The last
That's the
futuristic
jetpack
one.
COD.
Yes, Infinite
I like
Warfare.
that one. I liked that.
No.
I like that.
Maul, Infinity Ward did Modern Warfare 2, Sledgehammer did Modern Warfare 3, and Treyarch did Black Ops 6, so it's back to Infinity Ward next year, not Sledgehammer. Got them mixed up.
Just a little bit. Let me stop you there. Shout out to Sergeant Sentinel Gaming. Good to have you back, sir. Glad you're here with us.
And
Yes,
Luke
we're all
Steele as well.
yes, we're all doing well, except for BMG, that's just dying as always. Of course, he's dying. And Nikki, who is all covered in shit by the baby, and yeah, basically that's.
Also, Fabio, how come you're perfectly able to concentrate on chat and read chat today, yet any other time when you're not hosting and you have the least amount of responsibility, all of a sudden you've got tunnel vision on your own face and you can't read the chat?
It's simple. It's because you're in the chats during those episodes, and I just want to ignore you.
Wow. Damn.
No, just kidding. I couldn't resist that. It's just because I fucking hate to have like StreamYard and YouTube, two separate things, and like I have to go to YouTube
Why?
to answer everyone. I don't know. I just fucking hate it.
You can't answer in StreamYards like we all do.
I can't either. Every time I press join, it doesn't let me, even though I
Yeah,
follow
it doesn't. I
try to log in. It keeps going back to join the chat. It doesn't work.
I'm
Mine
not able to like answer people in chat through StreamYards. I have to go to YouTube to do that.
I wonder why, because I got YouTube
Because you're the
chat
host,
all the
right?
time. No, but
No,
even before
I've always been able to.
God damn it.
Like one of the first things when you set up a StreamYard account, one of the first things you do is put in your YouTube information.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
I'll try to see it out and see what happens. What the fuck, Sentinel? Seriously, highlight that.
Right, let's go back on topic. Fabio.
Zip it. Thank you, Mrs. Nikki. So yeah, other than that, when it comes to Call of Duty, I think that's all we got for today. Or anything else you guys want to add to the points, or like, can we just move on with it?
Are you sure that's us done with Call of Duty?
Yes, when it comes to the.
We didn't cover the audio.
You want to talk about the audio then? I thought
Wait,
it
oh,
wasn't
we don't have
important,
to.
but
I
okay.
just
But do
remembered
we
that
know-
we didn't think about
Okay,
it.
Just a
fair
thought,
enough.
though.
I was just reminding you in case you forgot.
Do we know if they've actually taken any studios off the development of Call of Duty, or have we still got the same amount of teams? Because obviously there was a lot of talk
Toys for
about
Bob
them
is not,
removing.
is not there anymore.
Yeah, but that's left. They're their own thing. But like in terms of every other studio that's been working on COD, are they all still on COD, or are we starting to see other projects now doing their own thing? I've not heard.
I don't look into
I've
the
tried.
specifics of that.
I really
Should do.
don't know. Like I just honestly remember how crazy was like the opening menus for MW3, this brand new MW3, where it showed like every single Activision Blizzard studio there, where it was like makes no sense for all of those studios to be just working on that COD. That even though it is a really fun game, it feels more like a DLC for MW2, honestly. But for this one, I don't know. I really have no idea how many studios are working on it. Nikki, you know something?
I didn't say anything, Fabio.
I jumped.
No.
That's why I'm asking. Can I ask you? Am I allowed to ask you that?
Oh, I thought you asked me if I knew something or if I was going to say something.
I did.
Go
Like,
ahead, go ahead, go.
have you
I
heard
misheard
something
you.
about it?
I misheard you.
Sorry, there.
I misheard you. I
I'm
thought
sorry. Apparently, God
But
damn
it'd be interesting, like say Muppet. They sort of say he put it's 2.6 billion they've made in a few days. It'll be interesting to see, because obviously we're probably going to get onto the Satya Nadella stuff in a bit. But obviously Microsoft, it's a corporation, it's a company. They're all about making money. If we end up seeing more studios being spun to or transferred into the Call of Duty to give, because that's where they're going to be making the money.
God
That's
damn,
where the money's going to be in Activision.
I'm officially starting to see like rare Halo Studios fucking Double Fine working on COD from now on because of it. Jesus
I don't know
Christ.
if they. To be honest, I actually don't know if they can, because we've had it shown on many a times. They're under different umbrellas, so even though they all answer to Microsoft Gaming, which answers to Microsoft, they're all still separate entities. Microsoft Studios, Bethesda, ABK. Sorry, it's not now. It's Activision, then it's Blizzard, and then it's King. They're all now separate. I think they can share like resources, but I don't think the studios from a different umbrella can work. Like Microsoft Studio can't work under Activision Studio to do Call of Duty. I'm not. I'd have to look more into it. I might actually have a look and try and get more info for next week's show. But I think the whole idea is they've got to work separately and just with the studios under the umbrella.
So I just did a little bit of research real quick.
Oh, geez.
And what, dude, my info's solid. So I mean, Treyarch has always been, if you go back and you look at all the Treyarch games, Treyarch has always been of course, the originators of zombies in World at War. And then they started they've always been the proprietors of the Black Ops series. Infinity Ward has always been the main storyline developer to COD. And, you know, the Modern Warfares, the original Call of Duties, Call of Duty 2, the Modern Warfares. Sledgehammer seems to take the path less traveled. They visit things that really don't have a continuing storyline. They just take, you know, they came out with Call of Duty World War II, which was the first time Call of Duty had been in World War II. And then they went Vanguard. And then they went Call of Duty Vietnam. So, and then they went Call of Duty Cold War. You know, they're the one that kind of goes outside of the main storyline to look at other major world conflicts. If they continue this trend, it's possible we could see a Call of Duty from Sledgehammer Games that has something to do with Desert Storm or Afghanistan. or Russia, and I don't think it's the Russia-Ukraine thing's too fresh. But if we're going by major conflicts, and it seems like they're going in order here: World War II, Vanguard, Vietnam, then Cold War. If you look at the timeline, what comes next? Outside of the Middle East, I'm not finding anything. And it seems like all these three studios, they tend to assist all the reading that I just did. They all tend to assist. Whichever one's got a game that's coming up on release, they all just kind of pitch in while their main team is still working on what they've got running. So I think they're all still, they're all still focused on their main projects. They just kind of like, hey, you need a few people? Yeah, here you go. I mean, we're just doing storyboard right now. I
mean, one of the issues that we are running out of wars. We need more conflict. People start hating each other, please, so we can have brand new Call of Duties. Okay, I think that's good.
We're definitely getting demonetized for hate speech and inciting conflict. Just so you know, Fabio, I have just put it in the topics, but Microsoft's quarterly earnings have just dropped. There's like 4 points, which is on the Microsoft side. I don't know if you want me to read them.
If you want to, no worries. We can talk about it.
Fiscal year 2025, quarter one's out now. Gaming revenue is up 43% year over year, with this growth mainly coming from the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King. Xbox content and services revenue is up 61% year over year, with the most of the growth coming from the acquisition. And Xbox hardware revenue is down 29% year over year.
As you would expect, honestly.
Well, that's all that.
Everything that has been going on.
Well, that's what they wanted. That's, this is why they wanted Activision. Activision was looking to sell because there was the issues they were having, the problems that they're having, and apart from Tencent, Microsoft was probably the only other person to sort of, able to acquire him. But yeah, seeing this growth, it looks good across for shareholders and what have you across Microsoft. But yeah, it's good for gaming. It's good for Xbox. Luke Steele, the 43% gaming revenue they attribute entirely to ABK is literally all. Yeah. It's that's no surprise though, is it? It was bound to be all the increases. Probably 99% of it was because of the ABK. The revenue they're making off games, microtransactions, live service games now is just absolutely insane. So I can imagine that's just going to keep growing, and we're going to see more and more. Mm-hmm. And it's not surprising to see hardware down, because Xbox don't want you to buy an Xbox. They want you to play anywhere, your phone, your TV, the cloud. They don't want you to buy hardware. Hardware's a thing of the past.
Of course. But change the topic and going forward with the show here, and going with the hook that you just gave me in terms of talking about Microsoft. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, the chairman, decided to talk a little bit about their gaming division. Apparently, Satya Nadella, in their Microsoft annual reports 2024, decided to talk a little bit when it comes to gaming. So the main things that he said here is, yes, I am going to be reading this, which we are bringing great games to more people on more devices. With our acquisition of ABK, which closed October 2023, we've added hundreds of millions of players to our ecosystem. We know that 20 franchises that have generated over 1 billion in lifetime revenue, from Candy Crush, Diablo, Halo, to Warcraft, Elder Scrolls, and Gears of War. And with Xbox Cloud Gaming, we continue to innovate and offer players more ways to experience the games they love, where, when, and how they want. Finally, we brought 4 of our fan favorite titles to Nintendo Switch and Sony PlayStation for the first time, as we continue to extend our content to new platforms. So basically, they are they are probably going to be saying that yes, we are going to continue to be adding more and more games to PlayStation and to the Nintendo Switch when it comes to their first party. But there's another section here in the gaming topic for this Satya Nadella thing that said Xbox enables people to connect and share online game experiences that are accessible on Xbox consoles, Windows-enabled devices, and other devices. Xbox is designed to benefit users by providing access to a network or certified applications and services, and to benefit our developer and partner ecosystem by providing access to a large customer base. Xbox revenue is mainly affected by subscriptions and sales of first and third party content, as well as advertising. Growth on our gaming business is determined by the overall active user base for Xbox enabled content, availability of games, providing exclusive game content that gamers seek, the computational power and reliability of the devices used to access our contents and service, and the ability to create new experience. So, what I can understand here, and please do try to explain to me as well what you guys think of it, is that we are going to be having multi-platform releases either from Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, and Xbox Game Studios, but we are still going to have some sort of exclusivity. Either it is like forever exclusivity or 1 year exclusivity, 6 months exclusivity, whatever. Apparently, they are not going to be um, giving up 100% of it. What do you guys think?
Uh, well, I'll go first. Well, Satya Nadella, he doesn't believe in exclusivity. He doesn't like exclusives because he's all about making money. That's what he's all about: making money, making shareholders more money. That's why he's got to pay. He's getting paid 73 million this year for that reason. But he's all about having games everywhere to get the most out of players, get the most money, get the most profit. That's what they're after. It's what they've currently got going is called Project Latitude, which is getting games from going multi-platform, putting so many games on, checking the sales data, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. I think anything that's Microsoft Studios will stay on there. There's been the odd outlier like Sea of Thieves because it's a live service game. Anything live service, as far as grounded, yeah. As far as like time wise, Indiana Jones is only a few months, 4 months, 3 months,
six months.
Yes, is it? 6 months. So I think you're going to see more and more of that. You might get X amount of months where it'll appear exclusive to Game Pass and Xbox and PC, obviously, and then you'll see it all turn up on PlayStation because they're kind of starting to hit that ceiling, as Phil Spencer has said and Sarah Bond has said. It's like, how do you grow the player base? How do you grow the ecosystem? You've got everyone who's got an Xbox has got an Xbox. You get some that will get it as a secondary console, but you kind of hit your core base there. PC, you've been doing day and date, so you've kind of starting to hit that limit there. So where have you got to go? You've got to go to other platforms, put your games there to increase player base, to increase revenue. Like if you would get an Xbox game on PlayStation, you have to sign up with a Microsoft account. You have to register and have an account, and I hope that it entices you to rather play cloud, play on your TV, get a secondary console. So that's how you end up growing and getting bigger player base is get them over. So I can understand Satya, he wants everything everywhere, and I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if like I've got Xbox and I have got PlayStation. Fortunate to have both. But if say I only had Xbox, it wouldn't bother me if PlayStation players got to play Halo, because that doesn't take away from my experience. That doesn't take away from my game, because I can still play it. It just gives me more people to play with. So it's like I never understood why everyone gets so, in a heated argument where they're saying, well, my plastic box is better than your plastic box. We should only have exclusive games and no one else should play them. It doesn't bother me. Halo, the Gears of War, it could all go to PlayStation. All it means is it's giving these games a new breath of life, new players involved, get the multiplayer going, like especially live service games, multiplayer games. You want everyone possible playing. You don't want just to buy an Xbox, you can only play it on Xbox. You want it everywhere. You want the game everywhere. You want everyone to play it. You don't just want it in one space. Luke Steele, Satya's stock compensation has also changed now, so it's partly tied to the MAU metrics under Xbox rather than things like Game Pass growth, which it used to be. So multi-platform will be a focus for him. Yeah, exactly.
But like,
it's all about making money.
But like, the game is always about money. And we can totally see that from every single one of these companies. Honestly, like for both Microsoft and for Sony, like everything is just numbers. No matter if you are talking about a person, a studio, a game, whatever. Everything is just numbers that helps or not to contribute to getting more revenue and profit for sure. But like, look, what I'm like trying to discuss with people here is like, what do you understand by saying that, like what Satya Nadella said in exclusive game content? Because there was a bit of like bickering on Twitter with people saying like exclusive game content is totally different from exclusive games, which honestly I don't get it, because who the fuck would care, or like why would they only be doing like just exclusive DLC or something like that, especially when they have been trying to change completely that image of we are only giving this DLC for us and for our platform users, and that's it when you can sell it more. So that's what I think that is like, okay, either we are getting fixed like eternal, quote unquote eternal exclusivity for some games, maybe Halo, Gears, or we are getting timed exclusivity, whatever the two of them. And in my opinion, yes, like I'm okay with games going multiplats, but as long as Microsoft understands that for sure that's going to be dropping on hardware sales, what I hope for them is that they don't give a fuck about it and continue to do hardware. Because it would be really dumb for them to like, let's put all of our games day one or afterwards like on the other platforms. Oh shit, our hardware sales are not going well, they are just dropping and decreasing more and more. Let's stop production then, what's the point? Like, for fuck's sake, you did this. Like, if you were not expecting for this to happen, then like you're really dumb. So I think hopefully they just like, okay, it's dropping, but fair enough, we will continue to be doing hardware, so just to have like a little bit of piece of the pie, so we can have like some revenue generated from console players exclusive to only our platform, and as well as from every single other one. Bob, what do you think?
Look, the naysayers out there that want to say that any platform is going anywhere, their platforms aren't dying. Okay, Xbox is going to continue to put out hardware because nothing beats local. PlayStation is going to continue to put out hardware because they're second in the market, and Nintendo is going to continue to put out hardware because they're first in the market in that category. At the end of the day, I get games on Game Pass. I don't have to pay anything extra for them. I haven't played Black Ops 6 yet because of everything that's been going on. But I know that I pre-installed it. I know it's sitting there and it's waiting for me. And I didn't pay a penny other than my monthly subscription.
Yes.
And eventually, And let me touch another thing on hardware. These companies do not make their money on hardware. When they launch these systems, they're launching them at a loss. And even when they do start to make a profit, we're talking about maybe 40 or 50 bucks profit on a console. And you've got all that R&D and development time, and it's just, yeah. But they have to give you a place to play what the items that they're really making their money on, which is the software. I mean, Xbox is, I'm assuming that it's not 35 million Game Pass subscriptions anymore. I'm assuming that's went up because of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So if you look at that, that's roughly 6-7 billion a year just on subscriptions, and now they just made almost 30 billion for one game. Eventually, Sony's going to see the money and where the money's being made, and they're not going to care about fans, the hardcore fans. And I mean, I was pretty diehard Xbox back like 2017 when the One X released. I was pretty diehard. I'm not gonna lie, but when I embraced PC gaming the way that I have the last 2 or 3 years, when I embraced PC gaming and started playing a lot more games on Steam, and then one in particular on Epic's Game Store, my console tribalism, it melted away. Right now, yes. I mean, I will play on my Xbox because that's where all of my friends that I have made, that's where they play. But I'm not going to go to bat and say my console is better than yours, because I don't really care. I don't care who gets to play the games that I play. That's more games for everybody to play. That's more people for me to play with. And if you like, for one of my favorite Gears of War games was Gears of War 2. Guess what? How many people are playing Gears of War 2 right now on the servers? Not that many. But if they were to re-release Gears 2 on the PlayStation, all of a sudden I got a bunch of people to play Gears of War 2 with again. I don't care. These companies are out to make money, and as long as I get to play the games, I'm happy. That's just the way it is. Ta-ta-da.
Yeah, fair enough. But like, when it comes to what Satya Nadella said in exclusive content, game content, would you say that it is just like Luke Steele said here? It's whatever Satya intended to mean. We don't know, sadly, or would you say that maybe Xbox is going to be getting some time the exclusivity at least?
I mean, it could mean either or.
Anything.
I mean, it could mean anything. At the end of the day, why are you worried about it? Honestly, why are you worried whether you have a game 6 months before somebody else or not, or 2 weeks before somebody else or not? Don't worry about that anymore. Just enjoy the game. Enjoy the experience.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I talk to so many people, at work and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm playing this game and it's really cool. And they're like, oh yeah, and I'm telling them about it, and they're like, well, I'm like, it's in early release right now on Xbox, and they're like, oh, I can't play that. I'm on PlayStation, and we don't have early release. At the end of the day, it's a wall. It's a wall. It's a dividing factor between gamers, and I will be happy to just see it go away. I don't care. I mean, it's just like, do you have an Intel CPU in your computer? Well, I got an AMD. I don't like Intel, but we can still game together. We're cool. Let's have some fun. That's the way it should be. Or like, hey, you like AMD you like Radeon graphics cards? I think they fucking suck. That's why I got a 4080 Super. NVIDIA rocks, baby. that's where the argument ends, because we're still playing the same game together and we're having a blast doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Consoles should be the same way. So at the end of the day, whatever Satya decides to do with exclusivity, I know we're talking about it because people care and they're in battles on Twitter all day long over this. But think about it. Just take a step back. Why do you care? Is the reason you care really warranted that more people get to play a game sooner or at all?
Honestly, there are some people that are quite dumb in like, my plastic box has this and your plastic box doesn't have it. Ha ha ha, suck on this. But like, the only thing that I'm like thinking and that makes me okay, fair enough, it is like, if they do this, go multiplat, fully multiplat, and let's just say day one, no worries, put it day one, fair enough. But like, you're not stopping on making hardware. Why for me at least, like, for them to not stop making hardware is something important, because like, I don't like playing on PC and I don't want to spend like money on PlayStation. Honestly, I prefer much more what Xbox offers me, or like what if the console actually ends up dying, like what it used to have. So other than that, like, if they guarantee to me that they will continue to forever do consoles, then I'm okay.
And then Guillermo, they've already got a big answer for that. Thember, a fan of all of our shows, he's a moderator. He's in our chats all the time. And every game we bring up, he either wants to play it, or he hasn't played it, or he has played it and he's telling us in the chat how good it is. And then we find out that he lost his console. And we're like, oh, dude, what were you using? I was using an Xbox One. He was playing everything over the cloud with a console that I don't know what version of Xbox One he had, whether it was a 1S or a 1X or just the Xbox One, the VCR model. I don't know, but he was still playing it over the cloud. They crossed the generational divide with the Scorpio chips in the servers, with the server blades. And I mean, yeah, of course, locally is always the better place to go. It's faster response time. It's better, it's better everything. So that's coming, that's going to be there. But if you don't have it, it's not a wall. I hate walls. Fuck walls.
Yeah, but yeah, like, hopefully in the future it becomes better, because it's not right now, like, as you said, like, nothing is better than local so far. But hopefully xCloud is going to have so much development and is going to be improved so much in the future that it might feel like as playing locally. But yeah, other than that, let's move on, because we've been talking about Satya Nadella for Jesus fucking Christ, a long time.
He's a beautiful bold man, though.
Are you talking about? Do you see yourself in Satya Nadella? Is that what you're telling me, or something?
Yeah, see himself in Satya.
Like, you think yourself as a rich guy? You're not rich.
No, definitely not. No,
just
definitely
out
not.
that, okay? The only one here in this podcast who is rich as hell is Bob. Okay, like, that guy is capable of buying like something with the value of ABK multiplied by 10. It's just,
I spend all my money on toys stuff. So
great.
I'm back. Yeah, what toys? Sounded sus.
Didn't even realize you'd got Nikki. Sorry,
I got a whole suitcase full in the other room. I'm just saying.
That was sarcasm. Do you know what, Bob? Don't worry about it. Don't want to get demonetized.
Yes.
I like, the moment you asked what toys, I knew you were going with this direction.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I just put on a Fallout helmet, and then I break out the Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles, and I got 7 guitars here on the wall. I got toys. You know, I spend the money as fast as me and my family spend the money as fast as I can make it. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And like go changing from Satya Nadella, but going back into Xbox, but with a more like broader gaming thing. Like Xbox sales are mainly, when it comes to software, are mainly digital, as we could expect considering what has been happening throughout the last years. So I wanted to see you guys, like, to think with you guys, like, is this something bad? Like, would everybody like be suffering in the future from a 100% digital era because of the what they would say that digital does not preserve games? Or like will we go with like it's fine, there's a way for it to be preserved? Because honestly I think that both physical or digital games are the same goddamn thing. You are literally just buying a goddamn license.
Leasing a license. You're not buying a license.
No,
You're
you understood. Like you buy the game, but yeah, you are getting permission to use the license to.
But no, you don't. You don't buy it. Have you noticed? I think California brought it in, and other states in America, and you're probably going to see it more come over here. They're now changing it, saying you're not buying the game. It's I can't. There is a. I'll have to try and dig it out and find it. But they now had to change the term that you're not buying a game anymore. I can't remember what term that they use, but they also now state clearly you do not own the game. You are leasing a copy of the license of the game that could be pulled at any point. So they're actually now slowly starting to roll out the change and definition of what you're doing. It's not here in the UK yet, but I know it's starting to in America. I think California is the first place to actually put that change in. But yeah, 91% now favour digital games over physical games from like sales point of view. But we're also starting to see, we are obviously they're getting the data that's showing more and more people are going digital for the game purchases. But now we're starting to see it in the hardware, like PlayStation, they offer a digital edition, a disc drive edition. The PS5 Pro, which comes out next month, is digital, but you have to buy the add-on if you want a disc. And I think you're going to see that with the next Xbox. I think you're going to see that with the PlayStation 6. It's going to be a digital console, but if you want to play a physical game, you then have to buy a disc drive. But then the problem there you get in, there's a chance it's going to bring the price down slightly in console manufacturing because they'll be a bit cheaper to make because you're not making it for a disc. But as we're seeing more and more these mom and pop shops that games are disappearing, more and more shops aren't selling games now. They're getting small selection. It's more board games, Funko Pops and things like that. So it's going to be, I think we are just going to be a more and more of a pure digital future. And people kick off. There's a lot of people that kick off saying, I like my physical games and stuff like that. But nobody batted an eyelid when PC did it. When PC literally went digital, full digital, no one batted an eyelid. No one kicked off. Nobody complained. Yet consoles do it. It's this big issue. And for preservation and things like that, as we, as assuming we're incorporated into this, the US Copyright Office is, again, after a three-year battle, are refusing to change the rules on the DMCA. So any game, 87% of games released before 2010 are now inaccessible unless the developers that own the rights to the game decide to re-release it. You can't go back and play it unless you're getting it back on the original console. And even when you do get it back, a lot of these games, they've lost their music licenses and things like that. So they've had to make changes in the game themselves. Like, I think it's that Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre, just an example. They re-released that, but all the music in it's changed because they no longer have the music rights and can get the music licenses. But yeah, I think we're in for that full digital future. I think it's around the corner. I think you can. It's pretty much guaranteed the next generations of consoles will not come with a disk drive. You will have to buy that for a premium price separately. And you're going to see less and less physical games being sold in stores. You're going to have to go to like your likes of Amazon, PlayStation Direct, Xbox Store, things like that to get a physical game. And you're not going to see digital games go cheaper. They're still going to be the same price as a physical game, but they're making more profit because there's less manufacturing costs in discs, boxes, prints, and things like that. So,
is it time for Microsoft to bring back that disc license thing that they proposed with the review of the Xbox One in 2013?
That was the right... See, this is the thing. What they did then, or what they proposed
was
then
ahead of its time.
It was the right thing. That was the right thing to do.
It was like, okay, here's a license in the disc. After you put on the license, it's available on your console. But then you can get the disc and pass around, give it to people, sell it. No worries whatsoever. I have a disc from the Xbox One era that I bought, and it was used from the Rare Replay collection. Yeah. I've managed to play that fine. It wasn't like you cannot play this game because it is attached to a specific account or something like that. So, yeah people bashed Microsoft when, at the end of the day, that idea was the right one.
Yeah, and it's obviously PlayStation, because PlayStation's original plans was to go to the same direction, but when they saw the reaction, they changed it. They changed it literally last minute. There's a full documentary on it. They changed last minute. But if PlayStation had done it as well, it wouldn't have been as big of an issue. But they were ahead of the time. Xbox seemed to be... they just seem to be ahead of the curve, but too ahead of the curve. So when they're doing these things, they're just met with complete resistance, hate, and negativity. But then we get a bit further down the line and these things start coming in. Like Xbox saying, oh, we're doing PC day and day. And, you know, Xbox fans went absolutely crazy. Why should PC get it as well? Why haven't we got it first and then in a later day?
Yeah.
And then PlayStation said, right, this game's been out 12 months. We'll then put it on PC, because they realize now it's not just about you. It's all about growth. These companies are big corporations that are all about growth and making more money. If you don't let your games go anywhere else but your plastic box, you'll never grow. You're only going to hit a certain amount of users, and that is it. You have to go to PC. You have to go to PlayStation.
It is a situation where, like, Sony cannot afford to. Let's just continue to focus on what we've been doing, like throughout the PlayStation 4 generation, a little bit of the PlayStation 3 generation as well, but mainly the PlayStation 4, which is like this high budget AAA single player play one time only narrative driven experiences to be only available on the console. You don't run a business, so you can just like have the business paying itself. Like, we spent this amount of money to make this game. The game only gave us exactly the amount of money that we that we spent there to make it. So profit zero. And you don't run a business so you can just get just a tiny little bit of profit. You want to get more and more all the time. So that's why they are going with like, let's expand to PC. They are putting like Lego Horizon day one on the Nintendo Switch as well, because they want to profit off the Nintendo Switch audience as well. And they are going with like the live service model, because like it is cheaper to make. And if you have a good base game, you can continue to monetize people more and more throughout years if you are adding content consistently. Go on, Bob.
Shadow Mall brought up a good point. PC gamers didn't bat an eye at it, because PC gaming, I was a PC gamer back then, and I looked at it as a convenience going digital, because the games were getting so big. Even dual layer DVDs games were coming in like 6-game like bookcases, and you had one game that was your play disc, And you know what happened to that play disc? It got damaged. It got a scratch in it. You got a CD-ROM read error, and now it's crap. You can't play it. You installed the game. You've been playing it for 6 months. Guess what? New season's getting ready to come out, or a new expansion's getting ready to come out. But all it wanted to do was see the disc in the disc drive, the play disc, and play the audio files off that disc. But because that sector was damaged, it wouldn't see the disc, and so it wouldn't launch the game. So, yeah, PC gamers were ready for digital. They were happy about it. They were like, oh, thank goodness. No more 6 discs and 1 disc. I'm in the same boat. One of the greatest real-time strategy games that I believe has ever released. You can't get it anywhere. If you look for a new version, you're going to pay $600 upwards for a copy of Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2. It is one of the best RTS games out there. But you know what? The rights ran out rather quickly after the expansion came out. You can't buy it anywhere. I got a 6-disc set. My play disc got damaged. And on PC, the big roadblock on PC with backwards compatibility is Windows. A lot of things that worked on Windows 10 and Windows XP don't work on Windows 11. Even in compatibility mode, there's an issue. You've got to know what you're doing. You got to be able to load an external it's the word I'm looking for. You've got to load a virtual drive in your computer that's carrying an image of that disk, and then redirect the program to look at that virtual drive to see the disc so that you can play the game. And when it comes to game preservation, I think Xbox has done a better job than just about anybody when it comes to game preservation. I have not bought a physical game since 2015. Since 2015, I haven't bought a physical game, and I think that was Guitar Hero. It was a Rock Band, because we didn't even play it here. We would take the game, the disc, to the wife's parents, my in-laws, and we would go over there and we'd all jam, have a good time. We'd drink and have a good time playing songs that we loved. And since then, we haven't bought a physical disc, and I've been just fine with it. And you know what? Every digital purchase that I've bought for the last 10 years, I can go into my Xbox and go to owned games and pick any game I've purchased for the last 10 years and say, let me download this again. It's just, I don't see digital is the way to go. A disc is just something that's going to get damaged. You know what happens if your download gets corrupted or your file, you just re-download it. Yeah.
You lose a disc. You mix up.
Oh, yeah, I've had that happen.
You open a disc.
Yeah, you open
something and it's another game in it, and you're like, "Fuck, where is it?"
That happened to me. I was going through the garage one day looking for an old Xbox 360 game, and I was like, "Oh, I found it! And I opened it up, and I'm like, "That's not the game that's supposed to be in here."
Wait,
never found it.
Wait, you found the cover? Wait! You found the cover of the thing, but the disc was not there.
I found the case.
Yes,
but the disc that was inside,
it was another one.
Was not. It was a different game.
I used to be so lazy as well. I would take a disc out, get my new disc, and just put the old disc on top of the console. Like, I could never be arsed to put it back in.
Yeah. And after 2 weeks, you're lost. You're like, I don't remember where I put that.
Yeah, literally every game just swapped cases.
Did the disc get damaged by doing that, Nikki?
I can't remember. I was only a baby. I was young.
That's
24.
That's what we did to stop the disc from getting, because the disc was the only way we had to play the game. So the disc was very valuable to us. So if we're taking a game out, I'm
You just
not
put
even
the disc in the case.
yeah, I'm not even going to take the risk of walking the disc I just took out to the shelf to put it back in its original case. I'm putting it right in the case I have in hand so it doesn't get damaged. And that's just, yeah.
Or you put it on the top of the console, apparently, as Nikki just.
Yeah.
just
Or
shared
you would
it.
struggle to put it in the case and it would slide across the things that it clips into, and you're like, ah, and then you would click it in too many times. You just got to
remember
click it
disc
in and it
repair
slides.
kits? I remember disc repair kits, and they.
The amount of times you would look at, like, grab the disc and go, and pure wipe it, trying to wipe away the scratch.
That was equivalent. That was equivalent to blowing the cartridge of
Yeah,
the
literally.
Nintendo 64. God damn it!
The
I
amount of
remember
stress.
that.
It's like, when you think about it, it's kind of like the same with controllers that went from needing batteries in it to ones that can just be wired and charged. Game changer. The amount of dead batteries I would have in a drawer, and I would just try them all one by one, hoping, praying that there's just one battery that just has a little bit of charge in.
Yeah, but unfortunately, though, the batteries that they're using in these controllers, I mean, because the controller is like literally a toss-in. Yes, they want to charge you $60 or $70 for a new controller if one goes bad. But when they're giving you the controller with a console. And when they do that, it's just, I don't know if the internal batteries are different between the ones that are given with the console and the ones you buy.
They would just run out so fast.
It's because
it's
because they were already used. Like, they had so much fun with your console by testing it that they were fuck it. No,
your batteries would like get to the point where, like, I know on my PS4, my controller would get to the point where I would plug it up, and 30 minutes later it would say it's fully charged, and I'm like, no, there's no way you're fully charged. And you pull it off the charger and you start playing, and 20 minutes later,
it dies.
Not even the 30 minutes you charged it. 20 minutes later, it's dead. I'm like, what happened to you? You used to last 4 hours. I don't understand.
Like, it is like, oh my lord, oh my, I'm not gonna say it's out of context. Everybody, you know what to do in terms of memes, but yeah. To solve this issue, honestly, just plugged a cable into the controller. I started doing that, and I've never looked back. Like, it is a game changer, honestly.
Yeah, like this, just have it constantly plugged in. No worries.
So,
like, it is just while playing, I take it out every time. Like, I set up and put it back in the box, my console, honestly. So yeah,
I liked the Xbox 360 the Xbox 360 controller so much that when I forgot what the company's name is,
Scuff.
When Hyperlink came out with the Xbox 360, the duplicate, like they also brought out, they made the Duke. Remember the retro controller?
Yes.
Well, they made these 360 controllers. Mm-hmm. I have one, and they only come wired. They don't have batteries in them. I have a wired one from my Series X, and this wired one's plugged into my PC. And that's how I jam, because my PC and my Xbox, they're all right here in the studio with me. So I don't need wireless out here.
No, especially when your PC as well, and your PC's right there. You're not like, it's like different when you're like a dad and you're sat on the sofa with your console way underneath your big massive TV, like across the room.
And back then you were looking for that 8, that 10, that 12-foot cord so it would lay down on the floor and nobody would mess it up. Now I'm right here next to my PC and my Xbox. I'm like, damn, these cords are too long. I'm rolling over them with my chair and everything. Can't they be shorter?
Literally, you're wrapping it around the controller and everything when you're done. Like,
yes.
Right, 20
I have my the one that's plugged into my PC. I have that wrapped around my PC twice so that it doesn't get underneath the rollers of the computer chair. It's crazy.
All right, David, now you're back. Do you want to move on?
Oh my lord, BMG's back. God damn it, where have you been?
Well, he had
I'm I'm dealing with
Then he had to be
multiple
resurrected.
things. That's all. What was you asking me?
I was saying Thimber is absolutely fiending for 20 questions. We've been live for an hour and a half. There's been a whole lot of waffling. We've gone off topic for like the 5th time.
Right, just waffle
So
for
I'm
one more
kicking
minute.
everybody up
Just
the
one
ass and I'm
thing.
saying,
Just
let's go.
Just waffle one more minute.
One more
for me.
topic. Faber, wait a little bit. We are soon
more,
going
yeah.
to give many questions because this is the big elephant in the room. Sony shut it down Firewalk and Concord forever.
I forgot about that last topic. My bad.
I'm sorry to you, Nikki, and I'm sorry to you, Faber. But this right now is the last topic that we have for the night, which is no more Firewalk, no more Concord whatsoever. And honestly, in my opinion, I think that I had the impression that maybe this is Sony saying fuck the idea of us changing from the story driven games to live service, but apparently that's not what they're going to be doing. I think Sony, in my opinion, Sony does not have the vision when it comes to the Concord to like maybe in the long term we can revive this game by making it not being $40, change it to free to play, gaining money from microtransactions. But I don't know, like apparently Sony thought, okay, we need to get money just now, not in the long term, which is not exactly what you would expect from most of live service games. Most live service games, they start at some point and they just generate more and more money throughout the time as the game has its life cycle and starts dying. Concord didn't even get this chance. He died in 9 days, God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this topic because it literally happened and ended so fast. I didn't even know about it until it was over. And because I'm like saying like, oh, it's over, it's not a thing. I don't care enough to look into it because what's the point? So I feel like I'm rightly out of this topic because I just wasn't in the loop at all with it.
Whoa. You're not up to date on PlayStation stuff. I'm
talking about the Concord thing.
It's important.
Nikki,
Sorry,
to put
I don't understand. I cannot contribute to this topic because I wasn't.
To give you context, Concord was a game that it was from a Sony first party studio. The Sony acquired Firewalk, the studio that just got shut it down in the last year, 2023, and they showed Concord to us in the worst marketing ever. They barely even mentioned the game, and what they showed to us was basically like, this is Overwatch mixed up with Guardians of the Galaxy with the most generic characters ever. The game, for sure, like if you see some gameplays of the few people that actually played it, has solid gameplay. But like that's just it because there was nothing special to it. And at the end of the day, when the game got released, it got released with the price tag of $40, which like when you get to games like Overwatch 2, Apex Legends, all of those games, like what are they? They are free to play. And this is the game that like it's $40. And like at the end of the day, only like 25,000 people across PC and PlayStation actually bought the goddamn thing. And 9 days right after release, they decided to take it away. Let's pull it out from the store. People started thinking that they are going to change the model. It's going to be free to play. They are going to revive it somehow. They are going to try to focus more on the microtransactions. And now we have the confirmation that they have no idea what to do with it. Bob, what do you wanted to say?
That is because Concord was duty water. Okay? Duty water. They sold Helldivers 2 for the same price across Steam and PlayStation, and it was gangbusters. It was incredible. If Helldivers 2, if that studio had gotten closed, it would have been in 9 days, mind you, it would have been a total uproar. You would have not been able to look at social media for 1 minute without seeing somebody pissed off. Concord lied to you. The video that they showed the trailer for Concord made it seem very personal, almost like a story-driven game. Like these people had a personality, a conscience, somebody that you could love. Like, it gave you that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. And I'm like, dude, this is going to be cool. And then you get the game and there's none of that. It's just a shooter that follows the Overwatch type arena. It's just, no. It was bad. It was really bad. And I hate to say it, but I don't, at this point, the way with Sony's track record on live service games, I don't know if we'll even get to the release of Marathon. I think Bungie's going to get shut down before Marathon's ready.
Honestly, like the thing which like bothers me the most with this situation is because Concord was like supposed to be the ultimate game from Firewalk Studios. Why? Because it is a studio with like over 200 people, 200 and something people. They've been working on this game like around 6 or 8 years since the studio has been founded. They spent like $200 million and rumored to have spent $400 million after the acquisition in total, like with the acquisition from Sony. And all of that just for their dream game to have died in 9 days.
You know what?
Just a few months later, they get shut it down. And I see what you did there, Nikki. Why are you using?
I was waiting on you.
Head?
Yeah, I was waiting on you to stop talking to be like, "Hey guys, look at how my camera has perfectly lined up with the witch's hat."
Well, I think we all know. Okay.
So I want to say,
is that what you're supposed to? Is that what you're supposed to tell me?
Huh?
Are we supposed to say that you're a witch then?
Sure. I literally was. I just noticed, and I was like,
"You
"Hold
are
on."
a witch then." I'm glad.
So do you all remember the original Good and Evil?
No.
No.
I'm young.
Fabio, do
I
you
remember.
remember?
Let me check.
Right.
Oh
okay.
yeah, I remember.
So-
I remember. Yeah.
Okay. So keep that gameplay in your mind, and then think about the trailer that was put out for Good and Evil 2. Okay, that we don't know if we're ever going to get it, but the trailer was amazing. Okay, think about seeing that trailer for Good and Evil 2, and on release day, what you get is the gameplay and the Good and Evil, the original.
Is that
That's
beyond
what
Good
happened
and
in
Evil?
Concord. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's beyond
Yeah,
Good and
I
Evil.
gotta look it up. Sorry.
So, yeah, that's what happened to Concord. That trailer had everybody. It was like, wow, this looks really cool, and this may be really good. And then they got it, and they were like, this is just another game with a skin on it. Pretty much. I mean, where's the depth? Where's the personality the trailer had?
Not even when the trailer, that cinematic trailer with the guy shooting the hot sauce bottle there was good. Everyone thought this is generic as fuck. This is just Overwatch mixed up with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I saw the blending of the genres in the games. I saw that. But I liked the trailer. I thought the trailer was cool. But I did see the resemblance of other games.
And you are talking about a game that decided to put a price tag of $40 in an oversaturated market, which is like the hero shooter. There's tons of fucking hero shooters out there. And at the same conference that Sony decided to announce and show Concord, they also showed the free-to-play Marvel game there, which is like you play. It is Overwatch, but all characters are the well-known Marvel characters that you all know and love. So
and how is that game doing right now?
It's not even released. It was in beta, and people have been saying really good things about it.
Yeah. The problem is Concord would have been better had it have been like Guardians of the Galaxy single player game with a full on story. Doing another hero shooter with a $40 price tag, even if it was a
Yes.
$10 price tag, the game wouldn't have survived. You've literally got it on PlayStation, you've got it on PC. That game should have been Xbox as well. It should have been everywhere,
Yeah.
free to play.
Just like Marathon is going to be, right?
And the amount of money that was put into it, because I know 400 millions out there. Sony didn't get paid that. There was already 200 million invested in the game. Sony put another 200 million. It was Herman Hulst that kept this game going because he thought it was going to be a top tier PlayStation game. He enjoyed it. He loved it. He wanted it. He pushed for it, and that was a mistake. It was a big mistake. The game was a flop. It was dead on arrival. The minute when I first saw the first trailer, I thought, with the story bit, I thought, this is Guardians of the Galaxy. This is going to be really good. I'm interested. The minute they showed it was a hero shooter, and I'm like, no, that game's dead. I think shutting the studio was a big mistake. I think they could have just moved them on to a new project. They've got other stuff that's been like shelved for a while. They could have done something else. I wish they didn't close the studio because you can see the way the game played, the way the game looked graphic-wise was really well done.
It wasn't bad.
Well put together.
Decent.
Yeah.
It was solid, for sure.
The game just wasn't. It was the minute they had a price tag on it, it was dead. It was like Foam Stars. That was free to play.
No, it wasn't just that, but like even the characters were not charismatic. People really think that the characters are like they are all just planks, nothing else. There's nothing like special about it. I cannot like the game, for what I understand, like it came out quite complete with different modes, with good graphics, good music, good gameplay, but like nothing that makes you like in an oversaturated market like the hero shooter, nothing that makes it stands out. The only thing that like quote unquote makes it stands out is that this is a PlayStation Studios title exclusive to PlayStation and PC. Those are the only things. Other than that, people don't give a damn. People didn't give a damn. But like I was actually hoping for them to like, okay, pull it out from the store. Let's learn from this mistake. Let's then, instead of charging people $40, let's make it free to play. And let's focus on like bringing microtransactions so we can get some constant revenue from it, and also be bringing all the live services. Like, were they trying to make like an animated series with Netflix or something like that about the Concord universe? Like they had such huge plans for it.
No, that right. So the Netflix show you're talking about, Concord's still going to be in that. It's the company that's doing it is doing different games from all. So that is still included on it. That hasn't affected the plans from that. But Herman Hulst did put out a statement. Did you read? You haven't read it, have you? Have you read it?
Yes, I have it here.
Yeah, because he did put out a statement regards to it. And
you want me to say it?
Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead if you want.
Okay, then, if you don't mind me reading all over again here. Dear team, today I want to share some important updates from Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio Business Group. We consistently evaluate our games portfolio and status of our projects to ensure we are meeting near and long-term business priorities. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio business, we have had to make a difficult decision relating to two of our studios, Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios, expanding beyond PlayStation devices and crafting engaging online experience alongside our single-player games are key focal areas for us as we evolve our revenue streams. We need to be strategic though in bringing our games to new platforms and recognize when our games fall short of meeting player expectations. While mobile remains a priority growth area for the studio business, we are in the very early stage of our mobile efforts. To achieve success in this area, we need to concentrate on titles that are in line with PlayStation Studios' pedigree and have potential to reach more players globally. With this refocused approach, Neon Koi will close and its mobile action game will not be moving forward. I want to express my gratitude to everyone Neo Koi for their hard work and endless passion to innovate. Regarding Firewalk, as announced in early September, certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players, and as a result, we took the game offline. We have spent considerable time this past few months exploring all our options. After much thought, we have determined that the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I want to thank all of our work for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. And other than that, he's just like saying good things about Firework, which of course they deserve it in terms of like because nobody enjoys seeing people losing their jobs for sure.
Yeah.
Can
He
I-
also
can I
did
just
say, hang on 1 second. He also did say, we'll take lessons learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this area. So that means they're not going to go, let's just go back to our AAA games and AA
Mhm.
games. They are still pushing for this live service direction. That's what that would say. That last bit of the statement says to me. Sorry, Shadow, go ahead.
So to me, that whole, I'm going to call it a press release, sounded like the same sort of bullshit that EA would spew out. I we've heard that sort of thing in the past coming out of EA, where they've had to shut down a game or they've had to shut down a company because this won't meeting its targets. So EA went, screw it, we'll shut them down, save a bit of money.
Yeah, it's complicated and it's hard. It's like because at the end of the day, unless the company's private and they've got to answer to shareholders, they need a lot of money goes into these games, not just making the game, but advertising, obviously rent a building, stuff like that, staff, all that, all this adds to cost. So they expect when they make a game and they release it to make X amount of money at least. And they have to have targets predicted. So when they drop below these targets, they don't bother. Like Square Enix is one of the worst for it. That no game meets their expectations. They're all through the roof. And like Final Fantasy 16 never made the expectations. Final Fantasy Rebirth didn't hit expectations. And it's just more and more and more. It's just nonstop. But it's a shame. Hopefully everyone lands on the feet. Everyone finds a spot. I wish they kept him because the DNA's there. They just needed a better project. Live service clearly is not for them.
So the prediction I'm going to make from Sony is I have that slight feeling that Sony's going to be coming after Bungie next, because we all know that Bungie's hemorrhaging money, and there's nothing that from what we've seen with Bungie that there's nothing they can do to kind of stop these costs. I've got that feeling that Bungie may be in the firing line for potentially being shut down by Sony. If they keep hemorrhaging the money.
That's a fact. It is Bungie, it is the same situation where we saw like from the closure of Tango Gameworks on Xbox, the closure, like eventually they were sold, which was much better than closing the studio, but like when that was announced, right after that, all eyes turned into Ninja Fury when it comes to like revenue and marketing. So it is the same thing, like Firewalk is being shut down, or maybe eventually, hopefully, they find a way to sell the studio so that those people don't lose their jobs, or like not many people end up losing. I don't know. One can hope, DMG.
No, but Sony don't do that. Any studio they've shut down, the studio's gone. They keep hold of the properties, the name
To
of the
never
studio.
use it again. It's amazing.
They don't. Yeah, they do. That's what they do.
And like all eyes are now on to Bungie because, yeah.
And that's just a personal fear I have because I do love playing Destiny. I do think it is a great game, but I fear that Bungie's time maybe coming to a close fairly soon.
Bungie have now.
Go on, BMG, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll just say Bungie have now been completely integrated into PlayStation. They have now taken over. That happened a couple of weeks ago. I think it finalised. So they've now fully been integrated into PlayStation and not got their own management structure now. So you're going to see cuts. You're going to see changes. The minute Bungie, as long as Destiny keeps making a profit, it will stay. The minute it doesn't, it's going to go. They did a video a couple of days ago from Marathon saying it's not quite ready to show yet, which is a bit strange. There should be by now something to show. They're going to show more in 2025. But I think the reason they've done that is just try and relieve some fears that the game's not going to work. And I don't think it's going to work. If it's free to play, stands a good chance. Like Destiny 2 is a free to play game. You buy expansions, content on top of it. If they go that route, because look at the mistake they made with Concord, if they now decide to go the free-to-play route where you buy content on top, you might stand a chance. It's got a price tag, the game's dead.
Can I say something here? Like, when it comes to Destiny right now, which is like, Destiny is free to play.
Yeah,
because Bungie decided to let's fucking make. Okay, you better with that. Hopefully, you all much prefer something like that.
Oh yeah, we do. From the interrupty McInterrupty.
You fucking laughing. That would be so much better. Well, where I was going with, yeah, Destiny is free to play because Bungie ended up making it free to play because it was released as a fully $60 game with a base content, and then when they saw that the game wasn't doing so well, they decided to let's open it up, let's just make it free to play, and that was the best thing they could have ever done. So, like, considering that Bungie is like PlayStation's advisor when it comes to live service games, I would expect for them to like, hey guys, look at us, like we did this to Destiny, it was the best thing ever. Why shouldn't you guys do it with Concord as well? It didn't work out with $40. It might work out with free to play. And like apparently nope, we want the money now. We don't want in the long term.
No, I think what Bungie could probably do to change Destiny 2 for the better, even potentially do it for Destiny 3, if that's what they're doing.
It is. I'm already wanted to make sure for you all to be comfortable in saying that it's dead. No, just kidding. Oh,
I just zoomed in and Shadowmall's got a haircut. Yeah.
You've only just noticed that?
Looking
mate,
clean
this
Shadow.
This hair's been gone for like 2 months, mate.
Yeah, he got that shaved off a while ago because he was like, the afro's gone. But anyway, guys, we've been live for 1 hour and 52 minutes and 40 seconds. Just 20 questions.
You got places to be, Nikki. You got places to be. You can go if you prefer. No worries.
Just let me finish. I think what Destiny could do with Bungie 2,
right?
Destiny 2 rather, is instead of doing this whole, $60 to $100 per DLC, is sure have that the new DLC being $60 to $100, but then put, say, a DLC from 2-3 years ago free. Because the one of the things that I did, and I've kind of started playing Destiny 2 again, and I decided to come back as a new light player. One of the biggest problem I found was the lack of content. Now, if I was to pay for all the DLCs for that account, would cost me about 500 quid, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And I think at this point, it's not going to be pulling new players in if they're having to spend, £500 on all the DLCs to be able to play the game. I think that's where they're missing out on having new players come.
I don't know, because they offer free weekends and stuff like that, where you can play all the content, and anything you earn in that content you keep and stuff like that. So they do offer and they do it like at least once a month, or once every other month they have stuff. But it's just going to be. If I don't think Marathon's going to succeed if it's got a price tag. I think it stands a semi chance as long as it goes complete. If it's free to play and it's on every console, it has to be everywhere.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so topic that we're good. Can we move on?
Yep.
20 questions,
I know.
everybody.
Right, Timber.
Finbar, come back. Someone tag Finbar
Yeah.
right now in the chat. And
Someone
Shadowmo, this is where we say goodbye because you're not going to say anything during it, right?
No, he's going to Shadow Mode. We want to see stuff from you. One of you asking some of these questions. Right. Just for anyone that doesn't know, which everyone does know, but we still do it every week anyway. This is Video Game 20 Questions. I have a game. The panel have 20 questions. One of them questions has to be a guess of what the game is, where I answer yes or no. Just bear with me 1 second.
Well done, finally.
That's it. You can sit out there for a second. Chat. Don't just shout games out. Ask questions. Give the panel questions to ask and help them out. And this one's might be a bit tricky this week, so we will see how we go. But other than that, and just to remind everyone, don't use your computers. Don't use your phones. Use your gaming knowledge. Other than that, let the questioning begin.
Is it a first-person shooter?
Ow.
No.
Seriously? Okay, not.
My question done.
Fuck.
Is it a console exclusive?
Yes.
Is there sequels to the game?
No.
I'm writing it all down here. Was it
Good
released from the 360 generation, 360 PS3 generation onwards?
From that generation onwards, yes.
Is it first party?
Yes. No. Yes, but no.
For fuck's sake!
It's
What's first party?
You know how
okay.
no,
How about
no,
this?
no,
Rephrase
no,
the
no.
question.
Explain to Nikki. Let's explain to Nikki what is first party. Like, you know that Microsoft has their own studios and Activision is one of them.
Yeah.
That studio is now first party to Xbox. You know that Sony has a studio called like Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, right?
Yeah.
That studio owned by Sony is a first party studio. If you have a game that was released by another developer but has like a deal that allows them to put a seal saying this is Xbox Game Studios or this is PlayStation Studios, that's second party. Okay,
so I get it.
But
So how
it's-
that's explained it?
Right,
Okay,
no,
I think-
hang on. Just it's to be clarified, is not a first party.
but you mean first party at the time, or
No, it wasn't first party at the time. It's not a first party game.
So
you
it's a
can
second party
surmise
game.
no?
That
We
is
don't.
what you'd surmise.
Bro.
Well, you would, yeah. If it's exclusive to,
Well done.
yeah, it's second party. So that's my fault. I looked at the wrong thing. But yes, it's not a first party game.
Okay, so was it exclusive to the PlayStation?
No.
Okay. Let's try to narrow down which console was exclusive then, everybody.
Was it exclusive to Xbox?
Yes.
There we go. Is it first person?
He's already.
He
Shadow
already
asked that.
Already?
He already said it was first
No.
person.
Okay.
No,
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 it's not
he
an FPS, goddammit.
It's not first person.
Sorry.
Oh.
My bad. Sorry, my bad. Okay.
That question doesn't count. We already asked that question, right?
It didn't count.
I did
That
count.
didn't
It didn't count.
Fair
It
enough.
didn't-
Okay. No,
No.
guys.
So you've asked
Shadow Mole,
7
you
questions
fuck-
so far.
I swear to God, Shadow Mole, say something.
I'm gonna I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
use Simba's help here.
Are
Okay.
you fuck?
Does the game have aliens?
Are
Not
you
aliens.
seriously? Is that the question you? I'm out.
It's
So
not
did
aliens,
not-
but it's something.
Exclusive to Xbox. Not FPS.
Second party.
No sequels.
Hmm. When you reveal the name of this, I'm gonna slap myself. Because I know there's
I'm too
one.
stupid.
I'm going through the games in my head, and I'm going, no, that doesn't fit the criteria. No, that doesn't. And I know there's that one out there that does, and I'm looking at it, but I don't want to say it.
Okay, what we got more there? Anyone?
Or what type of game is it? Ask a question based on the game, like to rule it out. Don't just ask, is it this game? Ask if it's like whatever game it is.
Wait. Was there any other questions after we discovered that it is exclusive?
No,
to
or
Xbox?
when he said does it have aliens? I said not aliens.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no aliens.
No, not aliens. But you've asked 8 questions so far.
What a fucking question.
What type? Okay, here's a question. What type of genre would you put it in?
No.
Well, I can't tell you that.
He can only say yes, no, or
It's only yes or
irrelevant.
no,
God damn
God.
it! If someone doesn't know how to play the game.
I was just trying to find the type. I was trying to find that loophole in the game.
Trying to flunk the rules.
Okay.
Shameful.
Was it made by an American developer?
Yes.
Okay. Fuck.
Maybe try and narrow down platform.
Is
Which
the game currently being actively worked on?
Oh my lord.
Are you sure you want to ask that?
No,
when you know
please.
There's no.
We know it's not. It doesn't have any sequel, Sharamo.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
hold on. Because I've got a game in my head, right?
Oh, Lord. Don't just say it. Is it this game?
Fabio, shh. David, have you said the name of the game at any point in this podcast? Because you've said the name of one game in this podcast that fits that criteria.
No. That's 10.
Seriously, is that the...
No, because he mentioned Grounded.
But
Grounded
Grounded
was
did
mentioned.
not come out in 360.
No, because it's because it was
onwards.
360
It's
onwards.
360 gen onwards.
So that could be 360, Xbox One, Series X.
Yeah, which it did come out. So Grounded fits all of that criteria. So that is a game that is ruled out.
But
Okay,
it's
so
not a
we got...
first-person shooter.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions done, everybody.
It's got 9 questions and a guess. Dig into their mind palaces, people.
Was it okay? I think we should try to go with the console generation. We know it was exclusive to Xbox, and we know it was a second party game. Maybe we should try to narrow down to see if it was like Xbox One or 360 generation. You guys okay with that, or would you
Yes,
prefer
go
to have
ahead,
something else?
go ahead.
Is this game from the when it was released as exclusive second party, all this and that? Is it from the Xbox One generation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And this might help, yeah, because obviously we're getting on in questions.
Wait.
Fabio, let him speak.
Go
Fabio,
on.
Fabio.
I think I have an idea, but go on.
All
Let
I
him
was going to
speak
say
first.
is the game is still exclusive on Xbox.
Is the okay?
That might have
wait.
helped you a little bit there.
Wait. Was the game released as a launch title for the Xbox One?
No.
Okay, fuck it. Then I'm screwed.
Was the game developed by Remedy?
No.
God damn it!
Not.
How many questions is that? I'm getting really stressed out.
Well,
It's
you've
all
asked
written down here.
13. You've asked 13 questions so far.
Okay, so it's not Rise. It's not Dead Rising. It's not.
Yeah, it's
not Tomb
It's
Raider.
not Rise. It's not Quantum Break.
It's not Quantum Break.
Well, hold on. Rise was not Remedy.
No. Rise was not, but like it was a launch title for the Xbox One.
Oh
Well,
God!
But it's not a launch title at all. It's not Dead Rising 3. It's not Quantum Break. It's an American for fuck's sake, any chance of it? I'm thinking like, you guys think is there any chance of it fucking being? No, it's not. Because I was going to think of Tomb Raider or something like that, but that was timed exclusive, and yeah,
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
that was it. That would be so fucking amazing if that was the case. Oh Lord. I'm thinking. Nikki is just fuck it. I'm just gonna Google it.
She's on a
I'm not
computer.
Googling it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. God damn, I couldn't resist because she's so serious, like thinking that I'm. God
Should we,
Because
should
I've
we
got another
use,
game in my head, but I don't want to waste a question, so I'm just shutting up.
But you can talk amongst these of the
Yeah,
game
you
you're
can talk
thinking,
with
and I
us,
don't
you
take
can
unless you
discuss.
actually ask me a question. I won't just count anything you speak. You can
Right,
have a
David,
conversation.
What
shut
are you
up.
thinking? What are you thinking?
2
Nikki?
games.
Go on. Which one?
Sea of Thieves.
That's first person,
that's first party.
and that's first party.
I don't know. I give up. I'm too thick.
What was the second
was your
game?
one?
Go on. What's the second one?
I forgot.
And you won't complain about me at 20 questions.
Come on, guys, bring it home. Bring it home. Come on.
Oh my
on.
fucking lord!
Hey, do you want to
this
give?
is
If you want to give up, you can give up. If you want to give up,
No, I don't want
Wait,
to.
I have a question. No, I don't have a question. I'm going to discuss it with the team.
Go on.
Have we
Go on.
asked about Obsidian? Yeah.
Was there any exclusive game from Obsidian on the Xbox One, like, which was not first party? Because
No,
Obsidian
because
right now is,
Obsidian is second party, is it not?
no, Obsidian was acquired by the Xbox in 2019. No, 2018. Sorry.
Was this a fighting game?
She,
no.
Boom!
she,
Why? It's never
least he
a
asked the
fighting or
question.
racing game.
That's
least
like
he
what
asked the
the game
question.
rules. It's never a fighting game.
I
That's
didn't know
always like
that.
the number one rule, that it's not a fighting game, because that just
I
causes
didn't know
domestics on the podcast. And you just took a question and threw it down the toilet.
Oh my fucking lord.
Well, I should,
Shoot.
that question should not be allowed to count if that's not one of the ones.
Yes, can we
are
redact
allowed
that
to
question?
ask.
Because he was actually asking us. He wasn't asking
No.
you. He was asking us.
No, he was asking me. You can't lose that. Come on, you can do it. You use. I have faith. I have faith. You can bring it
I
home.
don't have faith.
Do you have? Wait, I'm trying to think here.
Can we replace Bob's silly fighting question with Thimber's question in chat?
No, my lord.
No, you can ask Fimber's question, but you can't replace it.
No, I would. David, I swear.
I make the rules, and you can't. So you can ask that question and use a question, or not.
How many questions are we on?
You're on 14. You've asked 14 questions.
should
Right,
we
we've got
ask it?
6 questions, so I'm
Come on,
gonna
guys,
ask,
bring it home, or
is
we're
it
going to be here all
EA?
night.
Is it EA?
No. That's
Oh my
15.
fucking lord! There was never an EA exclusive game.
Why didn't
God.
you say that before I asked the question? Because I said about asking Thimber's question, Fabio, and you had plenty of opportunity to read Thimber's question and be like, "No,
They
Nikki,
say
don't
that
ask that
ask
question.
it, God damn
Don't
it.
ask that question, Nikki." But no, you waited until after I asked the question to
There probably
then.
was
make
an
that comment.
EA game at some point that was exclusive. Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh,
What was that advice that you gave to us previously?
have we asked about? I don't even want to say it.
Okay, isn't there any other advice that you can give it to us or something like that?
Please.
If I tell you the next bit of information, it'll give the game away straight away.
You
So
just
We
see
are
that we
not
are not
nearly
going
close
anywhere
nowhere.
near it. So
We're
far,
nowhere.
just
Just give
right.
us
information.
Okay, right. Oh, fine, Jesus
For
Christ.
the first
It's a
time, we are
hand-holding
asking for help.
children. Right. Okay. The studio that made this game is now owned by another company.
Seriously, is that the fucking?
Is that what are we? What?
That should give it away very quickly.
Then
This company made a second party Xbox exclusive game for Xbox platform, and that studio has now been bought by another company.
does this fucking game has sunsets?
So,
Does the game have sunsets?
oh my
You,
god.
you know
what?
where I'm going with this.
Is the game Sunset Overdrive?
Does it have? Is it Sunset
Hey,
Overdrive?
that's it.
Very
Thank God.
fucking cool.
You know, it's been sat in chat. Someone wrote it. Kurt, user 4 games bell. Is it Sunset Overdrive? I'm surprised not one of you has noticed it. But yes, Sunset
No,
Overdrive.
didn't.
I did notice it. I didn't want to
Thanks,
ask
Kurt.
if it was
Highlight,
that.
I
highlight,
noticed
highlight,
it.
Kurt. Highlight, Kurt's
Yeah.
user for games. Bell.
Let's
Go on.
get
Highlight
it.
the
I thought we
comment.
were never going to get. See, I told you the info would get you
Thank
there.
you so
Developed
much.
by
God damn it.
Insomniac
Bob.
Games, released in 2014. But yes, Sunset Overdrive. They are now
Wait a
owned by Sony.
Wait.
That is not a launch title.
Nope, it's not a
But
lot.
if
of
it's
It
owned
isn't.
by
But
Sony,
that's the thing.
but
It
it was an
wasn't a launch
Xbox
title.
exclusive.
That's
Yeah,
what it's all
yeah.
written down.
You know, you asked if it was a launch title. I said no.
Yes.
Go back. Go. And
I
this is
asked that and he
Sunset
said no.
Overdrive's
Yes,
not a
I
launch
written
title.
down not a launch title.
Oh right, sorry. I thought you was disagreeing.
I know why you would argue with yourself in the mirror, David. I swear. Right. I just want to say this one more time. Bobbert, never ask if it's a fighting game.
Why? You know,
Heaven.
next week I'm going to pick a fighting game now.
I completely
Actually,
No,
actually, so
there
I've
is so many
I've just
fighting
looked
games.
I've just looked up if Sunset Overdrive was a launch title, and Screen Rant are saying it is.
It's not. It came out in 2014.
The launch titles for the Xbox One were Killer Instinct, Dead Rising 3, and Rise Son of Rome, and a fighting Kinect game from Ubisoft alongside it.
It was not a
That
launch
was
title.
quite shit in that one specifically. But yeah, we managed to get it done. Thank you so much for everyone that tried to help it out, especially Kurt, user for games Bell. Like, god damn it, we didn't see it at all. The message. We are so sorry, my man. And like, we for the first time ever we asked for help because we just gave up in terms of like we were not able to get it done ever. But like, let's finish.
Yeah.
David does those games on purpose, though. He sits there and he just likes to watch us squirm.
Oh my lord! Can we finish it? Can we
Like
go?
one of the questions, kinda, not really, but yeah.
I had to look. Yeah, I clarified though. It was second party. I clarified.
So you had to look it up. Whatever
Well-
happens, you use your gamer knowledge. No googling.
No,
And
but
you
it's
just
have it
don't
for
all
know.
us.
here.
It's
all
for
here.
us, right?
Right? Use.
Okay.
I can look up anything I want. Use are allowed to look it up.
Use.
Oh
Nikki.
god damn it. Okay, but yeah.
Time to get
Thank
back
you
on
so
your
much
broom.
for everyone that has been watching this, and to everyone that is going to be watching this later. Shout out to Muppet, Finber, Kurt, Luke Steele, Shadowball that was in chat for some moments, Sentinel that joined us, Nikki that decided to go interact with the chat as well, being the one that interacts the most, actually. Thanks so much. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And of course,
you're forgetting about the Sentinel Sergeant.
Yes, I did mention Sentinel, I believe. Right?
Yeah,
I did. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you so much for Sentinel for joining us, of course. And other than that, Mr. Shadowmo, where can people find you? Apparently, at the end of podcast, because like you just joined for the 20 question bits. Apparently,
it's quite easy to find me. You just go to shadowmall.com.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I try to. I do the fucking layup, and the asshole decides to not take it. Okay. Nikki, you want to tell people where can people find you? No.
You find me on this podcast every other week when I show up,
or maybe not,
and you will see me on here.
Okay.
Apart from that,
fair.
If you find me on anything else, leave me alone.
And now the goddamn asshole who was supposed to be here talking, where can people find him, decided to turn off his camera and mic, so I have no idea if he's listening to us. Bob, you there?
His own podcast, his own
yes, you can find Mr. KY. There we go. Finally, Bob, where can people find you?
At last, KY Bob has come back to the XBL Party Podcast. You can catch me on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, YouTube, Twitter, all them tasty vittles as KY Bob. You can also catch me wrangling the band of misfits I have on the Game Set Live podcast on the KY Bob YouTube channel every Thursday at 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's right. We're going to leave you with the, in these times, just go outside.
Put my
Nick, seriously?
Just go outside, touch some grass, hug somebody you love, and game on, baby.
What just happened there? Well, thank you so much. I think after that we can just go on. Bye-bye, everybody.
On the XBN network, where gamers unite. Ash, BNG, February, and Shadow Mall light up the night. From reviews to live streams, they bring the heat. With every game they play, they can't be beat. XBN network, where the fun never ends. Ash, BNG, Fabio, Bob, and Shadow Mall are friends. Gaming news and streams, they do it all. Tune in, subscribe, and have a ball. Dives deep into the latest games. BMG's got the skills set in high scores and flames. Fabio's cows are cloning fast. Bob's commentary, always a blast. XBN network, where the fun never ends. As BMG, Fabio, Bob, and Shadow Mall are friends. Gaming news and streams, they do it all. Tune in, subscribe, and have a ball. Ash dive deep into the latest games. BMG's got the skills set in high scores and flames. Fabio's cows are cloning fast. Bob's commentary, always a blast. XBN network, where the fun never ends. Ash, BMG, Fabio, Bob, and Shadow Mall are friends. Gaming news and streams, they do it all. Tune in, subscribe, and have a ball. Shadow Mall's the master of the sweaty gamer scene. Together they make the best gaming team. From Xbox to PlayStation, PC to Switch, XBN Network's got the perfect pitch. XBN Network, where the fun never ends. Ash, BMG, Fabio, Bob, and Shadow Mall are friends. Gaming news and streams, they do it all. Tune in, subscribe, and have a ball. So hit that like, and don't forget to subscribe. Join the XBN network, where gamers thrive. Ash, BNG, Fabio, Bob, and Shadow Mall. Together they stand, together they call.